Okay, so there's one more thing that I want to do with our mover orientation planes before we get set up. First, I brought the mesh back in. I'll show you why in a second. We want to get this set up so our scale is based on our mass size. This is not our positions anymore. It's our orientation plane. Okay, so I want to scale. I want to scale the geometry, this geometry that we pass out. I want to scale it at the center of this plane and by a factor of this. So you can see that this is pretty large because we should probably start with a factor. This should be about the size of our unit, and then that way our scale would be better. You can see if I plug this in, our movers are really huge. So we want to rescale this. So I'm just going to scale origin point 0, 0, 0, and I'm going to click at the top and just bring this down so it's pretty small. So let's run this and see how big those movers are. Okay, so that's, I think, a little bit better. And also there's one more thing that I want to point out, is that the plane, because we're using we don't have very complicated orientation plane set up. You can, if you watch closely, you can tell that some of the X and Y axes of the planes are flipping. Maybe if I slow that down a little bit. Well, I'm going to plug a slider in. Oops, not that slider. Okay, so if you watch this plane right here, you can see that our X and our Y, I'm going to move it, and you can see that it flipped. And I'm sure it's happening more, but that's the one that sticks out to me. Okay, you can tell that this one flips too. From this, and then so I'm not going to worry about that, but I just wanted to point that out as an issue for you guys to know about. And let's delete that and set this back to and we can bump up the number of movers, or the number of particle systems. And I'm going to hide this again. Okay, so now we're ready to tackle some issues about inheritance.